Welcome to Season 5 of Assistant on Air.
It looks a little different since we're at home, but we've got some great content coming your way.
In this season, we're chatting with developers and designers who collaborated with us on a couple of really cool new games for smart displays.
And in this episode, we're going to share an overview of the recent initiative and explore the creative thinking behind why we love the ideas for games on smart displays.
So let's get started. I'm Mary, and I'm a strategy lead for the Google Assistant.
And I'm Leon, a developer relations engineer for the Google Assistant. Now, together we launched a project to create several games for smart displays. One of our goals was to use some of the latest tech in these games, but also to determine the best practices for both game designers and game developers to be successful on our platform.
We learned a lot over the last couple months, so starting today and in the weeks to come, we'll be publishing these tips and resources in various forms. You'll have full sample code to all of the games we're talking about, case studies, best practices, and of course, the conversations from the season. So while we worked on this project for a couple of months, Leon has been involved in the smart display ecosystem for quite some time now. Leon, as an expert in the space, can you talk about how you got started? What do you like about this nascent technology and what's still being figured out?
Yeah, I got involved in the Google Assistant long before we even had a public SDK. And I remember trying out some of the early experiences, and it was very inspirational and seemed like a great opportunity for developers. Now, I grew up on Star Trek, and to see how the tech has evolved to be able to do something similar is really great to see. Some of the early actions I worked on were for trivia games, which were ideal for like audio devices. But we also learned that some of the robust intent handling was a bit challenging. Once we launched smart displays, that seemed like a great opportunity to explore the use of voice and visuals in new kinds of gaming experiences. Now, we knew that leveraging voice for games was inevitable, and we had the opportunity to be one of the first to kind of look at the challenges and experiences behind that. Now, we decided early on in the design of the games to really focus on the user needs. Mary, can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah, so before we thought about what kind of games to build, we took a step back to really lock down the types of gaming experiences that would complement this type of device and the location in the home. We use a product management framework called Jobs to be Done, which asks the question, what value is your product or experience providing to whom? And in our case here, basically we're asking, what is the person who's playing this game really trying to accomplish here? So we came up with a lot of different use cases, and we locked down 3 target gaming experiences that really fit the need of this type of game in the home and the project management framework. So these are the 3 target experiences. So the device is in the living room a lot of times, and a lot of times we see that we just need a couple minutes or a couple hours to relax, to de-stress, to not care about the worries of the day. So we want to build a game that really fits that mood, a type of ambient experience to give you a zenful type of environment. On the flip side, if you're hosting a party in your living room, well, sometime in the future, if you're hosting a games night in your living room, then we want to make sure that you can have a fun time with the Google Assistant, and if it could be a facilitator for that type of games. So finally, we also see that smart displays are often in the kitchen. So we wanted to have an opportunity for the young ones in the house, the kids in the house, to be able to do some cooking on the device while the parent's cooking, or some kind of fun, educational, and interactive opportunity there. So these are our 3 target gaming experiences, and the games that we built afterwards really fit that use case. So we felt pretty good about these gaming use cases and the types of environments that people will be enjoying them at home. At the same time, we knew that we were just getting started because using voice as a primary mode of gameplay is still relatively new. Now, speaking about voice, Leon, can you talk about the differences about building with voice first in mind versus building games on other platforms?
Sure. I think one important aspect is to not treat the user like a physical input device, like a keyboard or a game controller, but to make sure that the user interaction is conversational. Now, even for games that rely on touch, voice can be a fast and a quick way to do various tasks in the game that isn't supported by any other platform. But we realize we're still very early in the stage of trying to determine what kind of gameplay is the best for voice platforms. Luckily, we collaborated with a bunch of people with a lot of experience in creating games, and we were very interested in exploring some of the creative opportunities for a new gaming platform. So Mary, can you talk about who we worked with on the games and what were the games we created?
Sure. We collaborated with two creative technology agencies, Be Real and Media Monks, and we spent a lot of time with them getting the games right and the game mechanics right. Once we did that, we came up with 4 games that matched the target use cases I talked about earlier. First game is Gnome Garden. This is your ambient experience where you're sculpting a beautiful garden with your voice. The second game is Mime Jam. This is a reverse charades party game, and it's a lot of fun too. Our last 2 games are aimed at kids, with Cookie Detective being a modern take of 21 questions where you're trying to locate this cookie in the kitchen. And the last game is called Junior Chef. And you're a chef in a busy kitchen and you're cooking up international cuisines for all these cute monster guests. Now, with those in mind, like Leon mentioned in the beginning of the episode, we also wanted to use our new technologies to build out these games. Leon, can you share the tools and features that went into the development?
So the agencies we collaborated with got early access to some of our latest tooling, including Actions Builder and the Actions SDK. Actions Builder is a web-based IDE, and Actions SDK is a file-based solution combined with a command line interface that allows developers to keep using their favorite IDE and their existing development processes. And one of the agencies also got early access to a new feature called Continuous Match Mode. Now this allows developers to create games where the user can say a series of words that are then matched in real time. This is great for word games. And stay tuned. We have got an upcoming episode where we explain how continuous match mode was used in one of the new games.
All right, so we hope you enjoyed this introduction to our game development journey. In the rest of the series, you'll hear directly from the designers and developers who built these games. They'll be sharing their lessons learned and lots of great insights you don't want to miss. So make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
And that's a wrap on today's episode. If you want to try the games, take a look at the links below. Thanks for watching.
Bye.